Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Thornton. I hope that you're enjoying your day. I have a book to read with you. It's called Let's Roll Dirt Bikes. It's a nonfiction book. Here's our title page. It's written by Wendy, Hinote, Lanier. Here's our table of contents. We're going to start with Chapter 1. The Daytona 250 Supercross. It's race day at the Daytona 250 Supercross in Daytona Beach, Florida. The stands are full for one of the most important races of the year. The riders ease into the starting gate and rev their motors. It says many dirt bikes feature large jumps at the finish line. The gate drops and the riders surge forward. Rider number 6 reaches the first turn ahead of the pack and claims the hole shot. He's in the lead. On the next curve, he brake checks the rider behind him in an effort to slow him down. The riders go over whoop-de-doos and around tight turns. Here's a fun fact. Arena cross is an indoor version of motocross that uses smaller courses. Getting a fast start is an important part of dirt bike racing. With only one lap to go, the leader nips the top of a jump. It slows him down just enough to allow number 34 to fly past him. The new leader skids around the next curve. He sends up a rooster tail of dirt behind him. The crowd roars as he takes the checkered flag. So there's the picture. And here in this red box it says, Dirt Bike Events. The American Motorcyclist Association, or AMA, establishes racing rules for all types of motorcycle events. AMA racing series include Supercross, Motocross, Endurocross, and Dirt Track. Each series includes a set number of races. Riders are awarded points for a race based on their finishing positions. The top point getter in a series is named champion. And so here it's telling you another fact. A rooster tail can make visibility difficult for other riders. Chapter 2, Dirt Bike History. Motorcycles were first introduced in the late 1900s. At first, they were simply motorized bicycles, but by the early 1900s, companies were building motorcycles very similar to today's. These motorcycles from the early 1900s are not much different from modern motorcycles. Motocross jumps often send riders high into the air. Companies began organizing races to test their latest models and interest buyers. The races became very popular. Soon, motorcycle companies were building special racing courses and bikes to race on them. By the mid-1900s, cross-country racing was known as motocross. Here in the red box it says enduro racing. Enduro racing is a type of endurance test. The races take place over several hours or even days. Riders must follow a path over all types of ground surfaces. The objective is to maintain a certain speed throughout the race. It featured breathtaking jumps and tight turns over rough outdoor courses. Originally called scrambles, these races tested a rider's ability to go over natural and man-made obstacles. In the 1970s, a new type of racing called Supercross brought motocross into arenas and stadiums. These courses included high jumps, closely spaced bumps, and many turns. Here's a fun fact. In dirt bike trails, riders are judged on their ability to ride without dabbing or putting a foot down. Here on this picture, it says each race has a set number of laps that a driver must complete. Chapter 3, Dirt Bike Basics. Dirt bikes are off-road motorcycles. They are much lighter and easier to handle than road bikes. Most dirt bikes do not have windshields, lights, turn signals, or license plates. A dirt bike race starts out with a large pack of riders trying to get the best position. Jumps often have large ruts that can make it difficult to control the bike. This kind of bike is not legal to drive on the street. Engine sizes range from 50 cubic centimeters or cc's to more than 500 cc's. The engines are usually two-stroke or four-stroke. Two-stroke engines are lighter. They work well on loose, sandy dirt. Four-stroke engines are heavier. They provide greater control in ruts and on hard-packed dirt. Fun fact, dirt bike goggles have layers of plastic sheets on them. During a race, a rider can tear off each layer when it gets too dirty to see through. That sounds like a good idea. Never heard of that. At some events, riders do tricks as they fly through the air. Dirt bikes have a special suspension system for a smoother ride. Their large, knobby tires give the bike traction on all kinds of surfaces. Safety gear. Dirt bike riders wear special protective suits, full-faced helmets, thick gloves, and heavy boots. Racing suits are made of leather. They are padded at the shoulders, elbows, knees, and hips. Each suit is custom made. For some events, a steel plate on the left boot helps the rider slide through turns. Chapter 4. Today's dirt bikes. Dirt bike racing is a thrilling professional sport, but it's also a sport that just about anyone can do. Riding the trails off-road can be a family adventure or a favorite activity with friends. Riders sometimes put their feet down for balance. Today's dirt bikes enable skilled riders to do outrageous moves. Advanced suspension systems, disc brakes, and better four-stroke engines have made this possible. The most popular dirt bike makers are Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Suzuki. They produce bikes with various engine sizes and a variety of frames. Some are designed for professional racing. Others are strictly recreational bikes that make off-roading fun for everyone. Fun fact, in the early 2000s, pit bikes became the latest dirt bike craze. These small bikes have 50cc four-stroke engines. Most dirt bike riders do the sport as a hobby, not as a profession. How it works. Suspension systems. Dirt bikes have two suspension systems. The front suspension is made of a fork attached to the front wheel. Each side of the fork has springs that move up and down as the bike goes over bumps. Inside the springs is a fluid-filled strut that helps cushion the impact. The rear suspension is a spring and strut combination attached to the bike's frame and rear wheel. These systems help the rider maintain control and increase speed. Suspension systems help riders handle their bikes on bumpy tracks. So here is a focus on dirt bikes, and when you can come back to the library, you can check it out if you'd like to. It's just some questions and answers. Here's our glossary, and it says to learn more, it tells you some books and some notes for teachers. This is, of course, an informational text. And here's our index. I hope you enjoyed that book, and I will see you soon.